The Royal Rumble Mystery Attacker is the worst reveal in WWE history. The Royal Rumble Mystery Attacker finally unmasked himself on SmackDown last night, and after 8 weeks of build-up, after WWE hyping this as a shocking revelation that will change everything, after months of speculation and fan theories trying to figure out who's been terrorizing the roster, the person behind the mask is Tyler Bate. A talented NXT UK wrestler that 90% of WWE's audience has never seen, whose motivation for attacking random superstars is literally, "I want to make an impact," and whose grand unmasking got silence from the crowd because nobody knows who he is or why we should care. This isn't just a disappointing reveal, this is proof that WWE creates mystery angles without having any idea who the mystery person will be, then scrambles at the last minute to plug anyone into the role regardless of whether it makes narrative sense. Tyler Bate is talented, but he has zero connection to the people he's been attacking, no history with the main roster that would justify this level of aggression, and absolutely no reason to be positioned as this major threat when casual fans literally don't know his name. But here's what makes this absolutely infuriating: WWE had 8 weeks to build anticipation for this reveal. 8 weeks to create video packages introducing Tyler Bate to audiences unfamiliar with him. 8 weeks to establish connections between him and his victims. 8 weeks to make this reveal feel earned and meaningful. Instead, they did nothing, assuming the mystery alone would carry interest, and now Tyler's main roster debut is tainted by being the disappointing answer to a question nobody cared about anymore. Hit that like button and subscribe to Wrestling News CC because I'm about to expose exactly why this is the worst mystery reveal in modern WWE history, how WWE failed Tyler Bate by using him this way, and why this proves Triple H learned nothing from past failed mystery angles despite claiming to prioritize long-term storytelling. Let me walk you through this disaster because the execution reveals WWE's complete lack of planning. For 8 weeks, someone in a mask has been attacking wrestlers backstage at SmackDown. The victims have been random, no pattern, no clear connection between targets, just seemingly arbitrary violence that WWE presented as mysterious when it was actually just incoherent. Week 1, the attacker jumped a mid-card wrestler after their match. Week 2, attacked someone in the parking lot. Week 3, sabotaged someone's entrance. No logic to who was being targeted or why, which should have been the first red flag that WWE didn't actually have a plan. Throughout these 8 weeks, WWE did minimal work building toward the reveal. No clues about the attacker's identity. No breadcrumb trail for fans to follow. No character work establishing motivation. Just, mystery person attacks people, tune in next week to see if they attack again. That's not building intrigue, that's stalling because you don't have an actual story. Last night's SmackDown, the attacker strikes again during a backstage segment. This time, when security corners them, instead of escaping like usual, the attacker stops, slowly reaches up, and removes the mask to reveal Tyler Bate. The crowd reaction is silence. Not shocked silence. Not excited "oh my god" silence. Just confused. Who is that? Silence from an audience that has no context for who this person is or why they should care. Tyler grabs a microphone and delivers his explanation: "You don't know me, but you will. I'm Tyler Bate, and I'm sick of being overlooked. Sick of being ignored while less talented wrestlers get opportunities one deserve. So I decided to take what's mine by proving I'm the most dangerous person on this roster." It's generic "I deserve respect" heel promo number 473. Nothing specific to Tyler's actual character or background. Nothing that explains why he attacked those particular wrestlers instead of others. Nothing that makes this feel like Tyler Bate's story rather than just a generic role that could have been filled by anyone. The crowd remains silent. Not because Tyler's promo is heat-generating, because they literally don't know who he is or why they should care about his grievances. Here's why this reveal is catastrophically bad for everyone involved. First, it wastes 8 weeks of television building to a payoff that doesn't satisfy anyone. Fans who are invested in solving the mystery are disappointed because the answer is someone they don't recognize. Casual viewers are confused because there's no context for who Tyler Bate is. And even Tyler Bate fans from NXT UK are frustrated because this isn't how they wanted their favorite to debut on the main roster. Second, it destroys Tyler Bate's credibility before his main roster run even begins. Instead of being introduced as a talented wrestler with impressive credentials, he's now that guy from the disappointing mystery angle. His entire main roster identity is tainted by being associated with a failed storyline. Third, it makes all the victims of the attacks look stupid. They spent 8 weeks being terrorized by someone they apparently didn't recognize, despite Tyler being a WWE contracted wrestler who's been with the company for years. That makes the entire roster look incompetent. Fourth, it proves WWE learned nothing from previous failed mystery angles. Rowan attacking Roman. Retribution. Eric Rowan's cage. Mustafa Ali as the hacker. Every single one followed the same pattern: mystery without planning, disappointing reveal, immediate loss of interest. And WWE just did it again with Tyler Bate. Let's talk about Tyler Bate specifically because he's the victim here. Tyler is genuinely talented. He's had incredible matches in NXT UK. He's got a unique look and wrestling style. He should be positioned as a legitimate addition to the main roster who can contribute immediately. Instead, his main roster debut is as the disappointing answer to a mystery nobody cared about. That's not how you introduce talented wrestlers, that's how you waste them by associating them with failed creative decisions. Tyler deserved a proper debut. Vignettes showcasing his accomplishments. Maybe winning a tournament or having impressive victories that establish him as legitimate. Building anticipation for his arrival rather than just throwing him into a poorly planned mystery angle. But WWE chose the laziest option, use him as a plug-in character for a storyline they didn't properly plan, then act surprised when it doesn't work. The locker room reaction is reportedly frustrated. Wrestlers who were attacked as part of this angle feel their time was wasted on a storyline that went nowhere meaningful. Tyler himself is said to be disappointed that his main roster debut was handled so poorly. And creative team members are reportedly pointing fingers about whose idea this was and why nobody spoke up about the obvious problems with this plan. Here's what should have happened. If WWE wanted to do a mystery attacker angle with Tyler Bate as the reveal, they needed to prepare the audience. Run video packages during the mystery weeks highlighting Tyler's accomplishments in NXT UK. Have commentators mention that a dangerous competitor from the UK brand might be coming to SmackDown. Create anticipation rather than confusion. When the reveal happens, have Tyler explain specific grievances with his victims. Maybe they disrespected NXT UK, or they blocked his opportunities, or there's actual history between them. That creates investment in the story rather than just generic "I deserve respect" motivation. Give Tyler immediate credibility by having him dominate in matches following the reveal. Show that he's not just talk, he's actually good enough to be the threat he claims to be. That's basic storytelling that creates new stars instead of wasting them. But WWE did none of that. They just threw Tyler into a role without proper setup and expected audiences to accept it despite having no reason to care. My prediction? Tyler flounders for a few weeks, getting lukewarm reactions because audiences don't know him or care about his generic motivation. WWE eventually moves him to NXT or back to the UK brand because his main roster push didn't work, never acknowledging that they sabotaged him with terrible creative. And in a year, Tyler becomes another what-if story about talented wrestlers WWE wasted. The fan reaction has been overwhelmingly negative. Social media is flooded with, "Who is Tyler Bate? Why should I care? This is the worst mystery reveal ever," and "WWE wasted 8 weeks for this." Even fans familiar with Tyler from NXT UK are expressing disappointment that his main roster debut was handled so poorly. They wanted Tyler to succeed but recognize this storyline has already damaged his credibility with the wider audience. Here's the pattern WWE needs to break. Stop creating mystery angles without knowing who the mystery person will be. Stop assuming mystery alone generates sustainable interest. Stop using talented wrestlers as plug-in characters for poorly planned storylines. And start actually planning long-term stories that have satisfying payoffs instead of just winging it and hoping audiences accept whatever you deliver. Until WWE learns these lessons, we'll keep getting disappointing mystery reveals that waste everyone's time: the audience, the wrestlers involved, and the creative team who has to scramble to fix the damage. Drop your thoughts. Is Tyler Bate a disappointing reveal? Should WWE have prepared audiences better? And are you tired of mystery angles that never pay off satisfyingly? Comments below. This is Wrestling News CC, calling out WWE's pattern of failed mystery angles that they refuse to learn from. Subscribe for coverage that demands WWE actually plan their storylines instead of winging it. Tyler Bate is the Royal Rumble mystery attacker. The crowd didn't care. 8 weeks of build-up wasted. And Tyler's main roster career is already damaged by being the disappointing answer to a question nobody wanted asked. WWE failed Tyler Bate. They failed the audience. And they proved once again they can't execute mystery angles despite years of evidence they should stop trying. This is the worst mystery reveal in WWE history. Not because Tyler isn't talented, but because WWE gave audiences no reason to care about the reveal and wasted a talented wrestler's debut by associating him with a failed storyline. Tyler deserved better. Fans deserved better. And WWE needs to stop creating mysteries without plans for satisfying reveals. Hashtag Tyler Bate, hashtag WWE, hashtag SmackDown, hashtag Royal Rumble, hashtag Worst Reveal, hashtag Mystery Attacker.